Hey guys, good morning. Today we discuss an interesting topic, learning how to learn. Uh, have you ever sat down to study something, maybe a difficult subject like mathematics, science, and after hours of effort you still felt stuck? Have you ever thought, maybe I am just not smart enough for this? If yes, you are not alone. Many of us grow up believing that learning is a talent. You either have it or you don't. But today, I want to challenge that view. In the inspiring TED Talk, Learning How to Learn by Barbara Oakley, I listened this interesting TED Talk and now I will share with you. Learning is not about how smart you are, it is about how you use your brain. And the most exciting part is once you understand how learning works, you can improve at any age in any field. Barbara Oakley, Barbara Oakley's own story makes her message even more powerful. She was not always good at technical subjects. In fact, she struggled with math and science in her early life. She preferred languages and believed she simply didn't have a math brain. But later in life, she made a bold decision to challenge her path. Through persistence and by understanding how learning actually works, she not only improved but went on to become a professor of engineering. This transformation teaches us something very important. Your brain is not fixed, it is flexible. It can grow and adapt. This idea is closely related to what psychologists call a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through effort and strategy. So instead of saying, I am not good at this, we should say, I can get better at this with the right approach. One of the most important concerns in her talk is the idea that our brain works in two different modes. Focused mode, this is when you are concentrating deeply. For example, solving a problem, reading a difficult topic, writing something important. In this mode, your brain is actively working, making logical concepts. And second is diffuse mode. This is when your mind is relaxed, for example, taking a walk, showering, resting, even daydreaming. In this mode, your brain makes a broader connections, often leading to sudden insights. Have you ever noticed sometimes the solution to a problem comes when you are not actively thinking about it? Sometimes the solution to a problem comes then you are not actively thinking about it. That is the diffuse mode in action. The key message here is effective learning requires switching between focused and diffuse modes. If you only study continuously without breaks, your brain becomes tired and restless. But when you step away and relax, your brain continues working in the background. The secret to understanding is another powerful idea Barbara Oakley introduces is called chunking. Chunking means breaking down complex information into smaller, meaningful pieces. For example, when you first learn something new, it feels overwhelming. But as you practice, small pieces of information start connecting together. Eventually, these pieces form a chunk, a unit of understanding. Think of it like learning to drive. At first, everything feels confusing, steering, braking, mirrors, but over time, it becomes automatic. That is chunking. The key steps in chunking are focus on understanding one small concept at a time. Practice, practice it repeatedly, connect it with what you already know. This is how deep learning happens. And another concept introduced by Barbara Oakley is procrastination and focus. Now let us talk about something we all struggle with called procrastination. Barbara Oakley explains that procrastination is not just laziness. It is often linked to discomfort. When something feels difficult or stressful, our brain tries to avoid it. So, what do we do? We check our phones, scroll social media, or delay a task. But she suggests a simple and effective solution, and this solution is instead of saying, I will finish this entire chapter, I will study for 20 minutes and then we'll take a break. This is called Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique. In this technique, we will do focused work for 25 minutes and then take a break of 5 minutes. This is called Pomodoro technique. This method helps overcome resistance and builds consistency because once you start, the brain becomes engaged. And another important concept Barbara Oakley gives is illusion of competence. This happens when we think we understand something, but we actually do not. For example, reading a book again and again, highlighting text, watching videos passively. These activities feel productive, but they don't guarantee learning. True learning happens when you test yourself, recall information without your practice activity. In simple words, if you cannot explain it, you have not learned it yet. So when you read a paragraph, better just close the eyes and test yourself and recall it. Then if you understand it, then you can Explain it means to understand. And there is one more concept is role of practice and mistake. Barbara Oakley also emphasizes that mistakes are not something to fear. In fact, mistakes are essential for learning. Every time you make an error and correct it, your brain strengthens its connection. This is how mastery develops. So instead of avoiding difficult problems, we should face them because struggle is not a sign of failure, it is a sign that learning is happening. So at the end, summarize it. So what is the final message of this talk? Barbara Oakley teaches us that learning is not about training, it is about technique. Your brain can grow and adapt. Focus and relaxation must work together. Practice and mistakes are essential, and true learning requires active. So next time you feel stuck, next time something seems to be difficult, don't say I can't do this. Instead say I am learning how to do this. Because the ability to learn is the most powerful skill you will ever have. Thank you very much.